football. Let's just have a quick look at the Kettering Town team this evening then. In goal, number 1 is Paul White. Number 2 is Callum Thomas. 3, Ben Tosland. 4, Brett Solkin. 5, Gary Mulligan. 6, Michael Richins. 7, Gary Storer. 8, Aaron O'Connor. 9, Rennie Howe. 10, Ben Milnes. And 11, Rhys Honers. And on the bench this evening for Kettering Town, number 12, Ibi Akindi. 14, Liam Bateman. 15, Matthew Stevens. 16, Lyndon Meikle. And 17, Callum Snow. And the Hereford Football Club side for you tonight. In goal for them, number 1, Martin Horsell. Number 2, Dara O'Shea. 3, Cameron Pring. 4, Billy Murphy. 5, Ryan Green. 6, Jack Demon. 7, Elliot Richards. 8, Calvin Dinsley. 9, John Mills. 10, Kayan Raphael. And 11, Mike Simons. On the bench for Hereford this evening is number 12, Garin Preen. Number 14, Pablo Haysham. Number 15, Lance Smith. 16, Dan Preston. And finally, number 20 is Alex Harris. Your referees tonight, your assistants, are Lewis Martin and Ryan McAvee. And your referee this evening is Mr. Simon Brown. Well, it can also be a very telling time of the season, can't it? With 3, maybe 4, sometimes 5 games crammed into just a 2-week period. It can really sort of shake a few people up and can certainly make a difference. And all of a sudden, somebody who was flying away at the top's just been brought back that little bit closer to the pack. And somebody who was bottom is now just that little bit closer to getting themselves out of trouble. So real testing season, part of the season, and especially for Kettering Town, because of course between now and the start of 2018, Kettering are going to be playing both Hereford here tonight, of course, and also on New Year's Day, Kings Lynn Town. Here. Just a quick word about Lyndon Meikle starting on the bench tonight, Matt. Is that a surprise to you?
I think, you know what, if he is slightly injured, if there's a slight niggle, then he needs to be rested for the important games. But you know what? We've got the likes of Rhys Honers, who's number 11 today, and at the start of the season he was doing a perfectly decent job. Here's his opportunity. On the far side of the pitch here at Latimer Park, and it looks like O'Shea wants the ball early. He's unmarked and the ball is played over towards him. He gets his head up.
That's a good header.
Indeed, he got his head onto it there. Ben Tozen tries to clear the ball, and Kettering rely on Richards to finally get the ball out the penalty area. Bit of a tussle with Storer there. It will be a free kick, although
that was a bit of a strange decision there from the referee. Not quite sure what that was given with. I must admit, I did just take my eye away for a minute, but when I did look up, it looked as if it was a bit of a nothing free kick, to be honest. But Hereford have it halfway inside the Kettering Town half. Rennie Howe battling away. Don't normally see him that far back, but he's done well. Tosland has it now, needs to try and get this clear. Only Callens it against a Hereford player, and they could be in trouble here. Has got to the byline, is he going to try and pull it back? No, he tries to take it on his own. He's gone down in the box. Here's a chance, and it's the first goal! Hereford have got the first goal here at Latimer Park, just 6 minutes played. Well, there was a mistake at the back. Tosland couldn't get it clear. And it fell, I think, for Mills, wasn't it, who did the real damage of getting through. Can't quite see who that is that's put the ball in the back of the net on that far side. But it's come across the goal. Kettering were unable to clear it. And Hereford have the lead here at Latimer Park. It's 1-0 as Aaron O'Connor is battling away here. Plays it right-footed, lays it back to
Thomas, I think, as he crosses that ball in.
Good ball.
Side, and that's just headed out for a corner for Kettering. And first controlled there and now played out wide towards Rhys Honers. Honers now battling against a very tall and strong Hereford number 8 Dinsley. It looks as
good challenge.
Ben Milnes now has an opportunity, plays the ball in, and it's
equalising goal!
10 minutes gone here at Latimer Park, and Aaron O'Connor has popped.
Oh no, he's not. He's offside. He's not. It's been given offside. Linesman's flag over there on the far side.
Well, you know what? I didn't look over that far side. No, I don't know how late that flag was, but
I saw that Aaron O'Connor wasn't celebrating, and when I looked across, there was that flag, unfortunately. 12 minutes gone, Matt, and it's set up for a really good game, isn't it? You just hope that Kettering can get themselves back into this before half-time. It'll make a really interesting second half, won't it?
Well, the last thing you want now is Kettering just to lose a bit of concentration and concede a second, because that would be disastrous. And you have to say the goal which Paul White did concede a few weeks ago was one of them rare 35-yard shot come cross come back.
It was a
to
bit of a
shot.
freak goal, all in all, wasn't it?
Certainly.
But,
But
yeah,
that's
a
no
good chance
excuses.
here. Real good pace. A good ball going to come into the box. No, it's not. It's been well defended.
It's very clumped up, isn't it?
There's a big crowd of players right around the penalty spot. Here it comes. It's into the near post, and it's still bobbling around. Oh
What a
my
save.
goodness! And it's saved right on the line.
Well, Horsell looks like he just parred that over the bar there on the line. What a well-worked corner that was in the end. And you know what? Unfortunately, Kettering just didn't have any pace in the headers trying to get that ball
I'll tell you
over
what,
the
Matt,
line.
the keeper's done really well there, because that must have been literally underneath his own bar by the time he got hands to that. So that's a really good save for Hereford. Here comes the resulting corner. It's right footed in, swinging this up. Can anybody get on the end of it? Shot coming in, it's blocked, and it's gone for another corner, I think.
No,
it isn't.
A goal kick, the referee, and
goal
the
kicks as the
linesman say-
referee. And you certainly won't be missing the weather. It's it's dank, shall we say? It's dank, moist.
Another opportunity for Hereford trying to work that ball into the penalty area. Shot goes in. Paul White collects. And Hereford just shown that they're not afraid of having a shot outside the penalty area.
Just talking about the fans, I know there is quite a few here. Probably it is the most away fans we've seen all season. I kind of expected a few more. I know it's a Tuesday night and people have got to go to work in the morning, but I just thought with Hereford doing as well as, mind you, they have had a run of games at home and it's all costing money and it's right close
It's
to
that
Christmas,
time of
I
year,
guess.
isn't it? But I see what you're saying.
Oh,
But
Paul White's
White
lost it.
has let that ball slip straight through his arms there. That's not great goalkeeping at all from Paul
Well,
White. But
still that goal behind after 6 minutes from Demon for Hereford. The ball was pulled across the box, and there was Demon. Kettering were not really well organised, I have to be honest, in the back in that first in that opening 5 or 6 minutes. And Hereford punishment. They've been a little better, a little more organised since then. Having said that, there's a chance for them here, and White's not going to make this, and this is going to be 2. It's going to be 2-0.
it is 2-0.
It is 2-0. Well, just as we were thinking they were a little more sorted at the back, then I'm afraid there's a bit of a mix-up there.
Toseland tried his best there, didn't he, to try and clamber that ball off the line, but so disappointing there from the Kettering defence, who just switched off. Paul White was left in no man's land, and the little chip over the top of him just had enough pace and power to get over him and find the back of the net.
Of course, we do forget that the Poppers were fairly unlucky in many respects not to be on even terms there after the Aaron O'Connor goal was unfortunately flagged for offside. Of course, we will show you that once again at half-time when we bring you the highlights in the first half. Ball coming in from Toseland. It was a little bit flatter, but it was a Hereford defender that met it.
Corner.
And it's going to be another corner kick, so Toseland with another chance. That one was flatter. Is this one going to be a little bit higher up and further to the back stick? They have defended these quite well, these last 2 or 3 corners of Hereford. Yes, it is. It's a lot higher, deeper, but the keeper's underneath this one.
Straight on
and
the
he's
goal.
going to claim that. Yeah.
You know what? That he was possibly let down by his defence. It'll be interesting to see that goal at half-time. But anyhow, gets the ball over the top, not on target, trying to force the goalkeeper. Well, the linesman has gave a free kick towards Hereford. Anyhow, obviously trying to force the goalkeeper over the line to get a corner.
Yeah, Rennie Howe's going to plead his innocence, saying he wasn't able to stop in time. It is slippery out there, but he did definitely run into the keeper there, and the referee saying, "Look, I'm going to give you this one warning. That's it. Any more after this, and you'll go in the book." He's now going to go and have a subsequent word with the goalkeeper. Just probably checking on his well-being, I would have thought, more than anything else. I can't say that the goalkeeper did anything particularly wrong in that. Plenty for the boys to discuss at half-time. But 2 lapses from the Poppies in this first half have seen them with a 2-goal deficit. Something we've not seen here this season. And I've been most disappointed about that. Paul White, Brett Solkin and Gary Mulligan, as a team, will be, pretty distraught to have conceded 2 goals in 1 game here. Rennie Howe again in the bad books of the referee, and he got a warning just 3 minutes ago and didn't heed that warning, and Rennie Howe has gone in the book. So Paul White has the ball in his hand. It's a decent clearance for. It's got some air on it, that ball. It's going to be Storer. He's dallied a little bit there, but got away with it. It's a decent ball into the box there from Rennie Howe, actually. But again, it's bouncing around. Can anybody make anything of it? Twist and a shot from Aaron O'Connor. A flash effort, but unfortunately for him and unfortunately for the Poppies, it was wide. So plenty for them to discuss. The offside goal, the really good save from the Hereford keeper. And of course the two mix-ups, I'm afraid, that have cost Kettering dearly in this first half. Well, still 45 minutes to go, of course, so all is not lost yet, but you'd think that Kettering have got a bit of a mountain to climb here in this second half, as Aaron O'Connor looks to try and do something. That's a push in the back, isn't it? Well, referee hasn't seen that, but that looked a push in the back to me, and referee doesn't deem that there's anything untoward there, as O'Connor was looking to get himself into the box and try and do something to get Kettering back in the game. But the half-time whistle has gone here, and it's been a largely disappointing half for Kettering Town. And it looks as though Marcus Law and John Ramshaw are heading over towards the officials here. It doesn't look as if they're heading towards the tunnel. It looks like they're going over to speak to somebody here. So Marcus Law and John Ramshaw definitely not happy about something. They're both going to remonstrate with the officials. It's John Ramshaw who's having most of the words here. Just we'll keep an eye on what happens there. Marcus Law has had his two penneth and has walked away. So definitely John Ramshaw not happy with something. It's either been said or a couple of decisions. But well, nonetheless, it's half time, and it's Darrell Berry making his way across the pitch with that huge boot on his foot. Of course, Darrell out, unfortunately, by the looks of it, for the rest of the season. And yeah, I think that's Darrell, isn't it?
Darrell Berry, who's just hobbling his way over the line. No, he's not coming on, but great to see him at Latimer Park. But yes, the first substitution for Kettering, Gary Storer, is replaced by Lyndon Mickle. And an opportunity for Kettering now, as it looks like Ben Tozen places the... No, not Ben Tozen. It's in fact...
it's hard to see, isn't it,
Is it
Matt?
Ben Milnes?
I don't know, it's right-footed. All I can tell you is right-footed, is it? No, it's not it's not Meikle all the way over there, is it? It's a good ball
long
in.
Ball. Headed by
Mulligan.
Mulligan.
It was almost in! Headed out from underneath his own bar. What a good header that was. Kettering's still alive here. Need to try and make this bit of pressure tell here. Here comes the corner. It's a good one coming in on the near post as well. Players
Mulligan.
attacking it. Mulligan with a chance. It's ready, Howe! It's clear! Oh my goodness, it's clear off the line!
Shouts of it going over the line. It went through a couple of players' legs there.
It just will not go in for Kettering. That's two chances in 30 seconds, and it just will not go across the line, Matt.
Certainly, and the Kettering fans behind the goal there felt that had crossed the line. It will be interesting to see some highlights of that. And it will be Callan Thomas who will take the throw, low and flat, finds O'Connor into the area, headed away from the Hereford player. Rennie Howe gets onto the end of the ball, crosses the ball in, bouncing around at the moment. Shot for Milnes, wide.
Oh, didn't catch it properly, did he?
He did very
done
close,
well
wasn't
to keep
it?
it in. Yeah, the linesman's the man who's got the view, and he.
Honus just trying to get in front of O'Shea there, and the ball played over the top. Solcombe just making sure the player doesn't get the ball, and looked a good tackle from Richards, but instead they come away with it. It's the substitute number 14, Haysham, who plays it out wide. Opportunity now for Hereford. Ball crossed in. Paul White collects with ease.
Hits the ball with his right foot, comes off his left foot, loops up in the air. Here's Thomas with it now, though. Plays it out here for Meikle on this near side. Can he do anything with it? Puts it back to Richards. That's a ball coming in. Keeper's going to come for this. Didn't claim it. And to be fair, actually, Matt wasn't anywhere near it in the end, was he? The referee's not going to let it pass. Doesn't really help Kettering out a great deal in the current situation, does it? But Howe with a decent layoff. O'Connor with the ball forward, looking for Hones, but he's not going to make...
no, it's rushed forward. Milnes done well there, hasn't he? Yeah. Oh, and you know what? If the play had missed that, that was going straight towards Rennie Howe. O'Connor trying to just test his goalkeeper. There's a clatter there.
Clatter
the
of
referees
boots,
allowed that to continue, and the shot goes over.
Great effort.
And you know what? He's not the tallest of player, and you can't play the ball over the top and expect him to get it all the time.
No. I'll just sorry, Matt. Just make an observation. Oh, there's John there. I couldn't see John Ramshaw for a minute. I thought he'd disappeared for a minute, but no, he's down there.
Keeping out of trouble as Meikle tries to cause some trouble for the Poppies, but instead miscommunication between himself and Thomas. And
well done, Richards.
Richards has now cleared a great play plays another shot and almost identical to the shot we had from him 2
you
minutes
what,
ago.
that's a fair effort. That's really well done from Richards.
I can't see any Kettering substitutes warming up. We've had one already. We've seen Lyndon Mickle come on. And Thomas is shown too much of the ball there. Mills now on the edge of the area, crosses the ball in. No, he doesn't. Instead, he delays it, then crosses the ball in. It falls towards the number 14. It ricochets off Richards for a corner. And
here comes the change.
It's Rhys Hones coming off, and it's Matty Stevens who is coming on.
Yeah, Matt Stevens coming on, and Hones making his way off for Kettering Town with, just 20 minutes left in this game.
Well, I think Hones, he's had a couple of opportunities this game, but he's not quite got stuck into it. He's another one of these players where I was expecting a little more from him tonight, but it is Matty Stevens who is coming on, no substitution for Hereford. It did look like there was going to be one. Maybe they'll just monitor the situation with Green, but it is the substitute there, the Hasham, who has the shot, quite a wild shot, quite wide.
Yeah.
And looking on the bench for Kettering, we've got Liam Bateman, we've got Ibi Akindi, and we've got Callum Snow.
Oh, here's Meikle now. There's a chance. O'Connor's got it on his right foot. And a shot! Oh, that was inches wide. In fact, a save by the keeper, yeah. Just managed to get fingertips of that. And he may still have more work to do here as the corner's going to come in. It's going to be Toseland with it, left-footed. Referee's blown his whistle. Has he seen something go on there? He's telling Toseland to hang on a minute. Or is he telling him to take it? I've no idea. Referee's now.
Well, that was pointless there from the referee.
Yeah, don't understand the point of that. Here it comes near post. It's well defended again by Hereford, but it's going to come out to Kettering again. It's with Meikle. It's Toseland once again. A flat across this time, but it's Kettering still with possession of the ball. Oh, and Meikle.
Two players running into each other.
I wouldn't say that Hereford have been head and shoulders above Kettering Town either. Quite a good portion of the game, Kettering Town have matched them man for man. It's just a couple of silly mistakes that have been made at the back that have cost Kettering tonight. The third and final substitution, Matt, who we got?
It's Carlin Thomas who's coming off, and it is Ibi Akindi who is coming on. So a defender coming off, an attacker coming on for Kettering. You know what? They've always got 4 strikers out there.
Well, it's a throw into Kettering Town on this near side. It's Richards with it. He's going to be looking to throw this in, try and get it into somewhere near the 6-yard box if he can. It's not quite going to make that far. It's made about half of the distance. But it's a shot coming in on there!
It's a goal!
And there's a goal!
It is a goal.
And it's Aaron O'Connor!
Aaron O'Connor has scored.
It's Aaron O'Connor who got the home side back in it with 10 minutes left here at Latimer Park. We could be in for a grandstand finish here, folks. It's 2-1. And Aaron O'Connor has got the home side back in the shouting match.
Bit of a gap there for Kettering in the midfield as the ball falls nicely towards the Hereford player, and again Toseland just volleys that ball back towards
calmly done
White.
as well.
As long as he keeps this on the pitch, which he does, Stevens jumps.
That's a push in the back as well. And here's O'Connor. Is he through again here? Almost.
It's
really
just the wrong
good header.
side of him, I feel, there, but he put the pressure on, didn't he? And there seems to be some alertness, in that defence there from Hereford. They're having to watch Aaron O'Connor. Meikle again. He's not done much for me since he's come on. This could be the opportunity, though.
Do you know what,
Hereford.
Matt? To be fair, that was a really nasty bobble. Well, that's a foul. That's going to be a free kick. It's not a penalty. It's outside the box. But Solkin's going to be in trouble here.
He's off.
And he's gone. Brett Solkin is sent off with 6 minutes of this game left. Well, I don't really think the referee had much of a choice, to be honest, there. Yeah. So 3 players standing over this for Hereford. And, we don't see this very often. A referee making sure the wall's all the way back, because that looks a long way back to me. And normally we get walls that are not that far back. Here comes the free kick. It's low. It's good goalkeeping in the end from White.
He's had to lie on it in the end, hasn't he?
Almost went underneath Paul White. Yeah, I just have to say, Matt, I felt a little bit sorry for me, because I think that ball took a really nasty bobble as he was just about to try and kick that, and it seemed to just rear up at him, and it came off the top of his foot rather than anywhere else. I think Meikle was very unlucky.
I'll tell you what, Richards has been working hard. A header up from Rene Howe. It's still bouncing around. O'Connor with the bicycle kick. People are saying a corner. It came off O'Connor.
It's a goal kick. Matt Spearman now makes his way downstairs to join Cookie in the studio, as we've got 2 minutes of normal time left here at Latimer Park. It's Kettering Town 1, Hereford 2 in this pulsating game where Kettering have pulled themselves back into this. 2-0 down they were at half-time, but have managed to quell the dangers from Hereford in the second half, and in fact have done fairly well. And, well, many could argue that it deserves to end with honours even here. But Hereford would disagree, and they're going to go in search of this third goal that will surely kill the game for Kettering. Ball's now down there on that side. It's pulled back and it's a shot. Oh, and that's a really good save from White, but it's followed up. And I'm afraid that's going to be game over. And I think it's Dinsley, Calvin Dinsley, isn't it, who's got that. So just as we were thinking that Kettering might just get themselves back into it and end up getting a point from this, well, it's 3-1. And I've got to say, with only around 90 seconds of normal time, I think that's probably going to be game over. I'll just wait and see if I can confirm the scorer for you. I think it was Dinsley, the number 8. Have a look in just a second. Referee's having a word with a couple of Kettering Town players over there, not happy about something, as Hereford now see it right to make their third and final change. We'll run through everything we've witnessed here tonight. Not pleasant watching, of course, for Poppies fans, but we know there's quite a few Hereford fans that have tuned in, and we thank you very much for that as well. Thank you for tuning our way. We hope you do that again at some time in the future should we meet again. And we hope you've enjoyed our coverage here on Poppies TV on this Tuesday night. So we run down the final seconds. We're literally got 15 seconds left, I make it, of added on time. So this is really going to be the last throw of the dice as Tozen puts the ball in. It's going to be headed clear, and I think that's probably just about going to be it. Referee's got the whistle in his mouth. One more chance for the ball to come in. The time is now all completely up. We've had the 5 minutes of added on time. The ball's going to be cleared here, not once. Well, no, didn't. Made a bit of a ricket of that, to be honest with you. Kettering appealing for a free kick, but there is the final whistle. And it's ended in disappointment here for Kettering Town on this Tuesday evening. Well, you have to say, if it was a boxing match, you probably would have just given Hereford the points win. They were ruthless in the first half, capitalising on the 2 defensive mistakes that Kettering made in the 6th minute and once again just a few moments before half time.